Hi, greetings, fellow Whovians. Whovian Queen here. Hope I'm having a good week so far. Well, our look at the 11th Doctor era now continues on with the episode Cold War. A Soviet submarine is sailing near the North Pole in 1983 during the Cold War. In the submarine's cargo hold, a sailor prematurely begins to defrost a block of ice that Professor Krysenko believes contains a frozen mammoth and is attacked by an ice warrior. The submarine begins sinking as the ice warrior runs amok. The TARDIS materializes inside the submarine, and the 11th Doctor and Clara tumble out. The Doctor convinces Captain Zhukov to maneuver the submarine to the side, landing it safely on a ridge and preventing it from imploding. During this, the TARDIS dematerializes by itself. The Doctor encourages the crew to be peaceful to the escaped ice warrior, Grand Marshal Skaldak, but the ship's executive officer, Stefan, knocks out Skaldak. Knowing Skaldak will desire vengeance for being attacked, the Doctor and the crew chain Skaldak. Claire volunteers to speak to Skaldak to try and calm him, relaying the Doctor's words to Skaldak, though he knows that the Doctor is listening. The Doctor informs Skaldak he was encased in ice for 5,000 years. Skaldak laments the loss of his daughter and his people. However, the Doctor tries to comfort him with the knowledge that the Ice Warriors are still alive, just not on Earth or Mars. Skaldak does not believe the Doctor and stops broadcasting his distress call to the other Ice Warriors. The Doctor surmises that, thinking himself to be the last of his kind, Skaldak has nothing left to lose. He grabs and kills 3 members of the crew, including Stefan. Having learned of the ongoing Cold War and the doctrine of mutually assured destruction from Stefan, Skaldak plans to use the submarine's nuclear missiles to provoke a global thermonuclear war and destroy humanity as revenge for the humans attacking him. Under the Martian Code, humanity as a whole has declared war on the Ice Warrior race by assaulting him. Reaching the bridge, he is able to connect himself to the submarine's missile guidance systems and activate the missiles. The Doctor and Clara are attempting to persuade Skaldak to show mercy when the submarine is rocked by a tractor beam from above. The Ice Warriors heard Skaldak's distress call and haul the submarine to the surface. Skaldak is beamed aboard the Ice Warriors' spaceship and deactivates the missiles remotely. The Doctor discovers the TARDIS has relocated to the South Pole. Wow. So anyway, let's take a look at the production of this episode, shall we? The Ice Warriors were a well-known villain of the original Doctor Who series. They appeared alongside the second Doctor in The Ice Warriors and the Seeds of Death, and returned in the third Doctor's stories, The Curse of Peladon and The Monster of Peladon. Showrunner Stephen Moffat had originally been hesitant to bring back the Ice Warriors, writing they were seen as, quote, the default condition for what people thought of as rubbish Doctor Who monsters. Things that moved very, very slowly and spoke in a way that meant you couldn't hear what they said. Writer Mark Gatiss, however, was a fan of the Ice Warrior stories and had been campaigning to bring them back. In a phone conversation with Moffat that was originally supposed to be about their show Sherlock, Gatiss pitched new and very clever ideas of what to do with the Ice Warriors, and Moffat agreed. What sold Moffat were the submarine setting and seeing what the Ice Warriors looked like underneath their suits. Gatiss felt that the Ice Warriors had a lot of gaps in their timeline and had not been featured in a while, which allowed of room to explore them. The submarine was Gatiss's idea. He felt that Doctor Who called out to be set on a submarine. Executive producer Caroline Skinner described the story as, quote, letting huge Ice Warrior loose at the heart of a classic Hunt for Red October-style submarine movie. Gatiss chose a time period because he was kind of obsessed with the Cold War, and felt that there were several times in the 1980s where the danger was close. Gatiss also described Cold War as a love letter to the Base Hunter Sheets stories that were common throughout Troughton's time. The episode even contains a reference to Troughton's The Crotons, which was the last time the TARDIS's had been mentioned. The reader for Cold War took place on June 6, 2012, with film beginning on June 13th. For the submarine setting, the cast would be sprayed in between every take. The scenes in which the characters are drenched in water were achieved by constantly pouring gallons and gallons of water on the cast. Actor Jenna-Louise Coleman found the experience fun, while actor Matt Smith said they made acting easier. Coleman said, quote, the whole makeup process was reversed as they would damp us down in the morning and rub my mascara off. For the scene shot in the submarine in the ocean, for the shots of the submarine in the ocean, a model was used. It was suspended upside down with shredded feathers blown at it to give the effect of being under the sea. It was the first area of the rival to use model work, with Mike Tucker and his team being specifically asked back to make the sub. Unlike some other returning monsters, the Ice Warriors were not heavily redesigned. Excuse me. Gatiss insisted upon keeping the fundamentals of the original, and Moffat explained that the original design was not well known enough to put a new spin on it, and so Skaldag's shell is just a super version of the original. Of the original design, Lineum FX's Neil Gordon said, quote, "My problem with the old ones is that they had Lego hands and weird spindly arms, but a bulky body in these strange saddlebag hips, almost feminine. They had fur sticking out everywhere. So all that together didn't suggest ice warriors. They should be much beefier and stronger. We gave it more of a bodybuilder physique, changed the hands and styled the body to make it look more like armor plating, even though it's reptilian. The costume was made of flexible urethane rubber instead of the fiberglass like the original, as it would damage less easily and be more comfortable to wear. The costume was made to specifically fit Spencer Wilding. Though some of Skaldag's real appearance was shown on screen, Gordon stated that they created a full animatronic body. That's kind of interesting. So overall, I think this is a pretty good episode, and I do like the fact that the Ice Warriors were brought back, and in my opinion, it was about time that they did, so yeah. So overall, I give the episode Cold War 4 sonic screwdrivers out of 5. When I tune in next time as we take a look at the episode Hide. Well, hope you enjoyed that review, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it around. Don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload videos. And if you want to support this channel, then be sure to check out my Patreon page. Link, as always, is in the description below. Anyway, until next time, this is Hoovy and Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt! When I say run, run!" I have a versatility in the neutron flow. Would you like a jelly baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo! Bow ties are cool, fezzes are cool, and Stetsons are cool.